Well, here we are. My least favorite meal of the day, breakfast. Didn't like it as a kid, didn't eat it then. As an adult, I hated it, don't eat it now. In fact, most of the time I just have 2 lunches. Breakfast is a difficult meal, I'll be honest with you. You'd think, oh, I get up, I'm hungry, I'm ready to eat. No, nothing like that. The only good breakfast is a cup of coffee, honestly. But for you people that think that breakfast somehow helps you and get your day off to a little start, and you believe the nutritionist, then okay. So the challenge then becomes, how do we make a healthy breakfast? Well, some people have fruit. Let me tell you something about fruit. Fruit is like injecting sugar into your veins. Really, honestly. You might as well just inject sugar. In smoothies, forget it. Forget it. It's pure sugar. So, fruit should be eaten in limited quantities. And I'm of the opinion that a 1/4 cup of berries, for various reasons, nutritional reasons and minerals and other vitamins that are in it, is enough for you a day. That's all you need. And a 1/4 cup, by the way, is this. That's all you need. Eat a whole apple? Hell no. Really, honestly, 1/4 cup. So, I found this recipe on the internet. I generally make things first before I'll send them along to people, but this is an exception. We've made this, I've made it, and we're going to eat it right in front of you and see what it is, okay? By my calculations, these 2 little pancakes are 210 calories with a 1/4 cup of berries, okay? And they have 6 grams of carbs in them. That's a very good breakfast for me, honestly. I like to load my food at the end of the day, believe it or not, which is exact opposite. Most calories and most carbs are at night. And the reason why is because, well, honestly, because it helps me go to sleep. And it stops me from drinking any alcohol. You know, once I'm full, that's it. I don't feel like drinking anything. So it's actually a twofer for me. So I load up light, medium, and heavy. It's the exact opposite of probably what you're taught. It's worked. 100 pounds, 6 months I've lost. So this is a pretty easy recipe. It's pretty bizarre. Cottage cheese is the base. Cottage cheese, lots of protein, good for you. Okay, you get your dairy. Dairy's important. I usually have an ounce of cheese as a snack, and we're going to get to snacks later. But that, 3 eggs, 6 or 5 tablespoons of coconut flour, some nutmeg and some cinnamon and some baking powder, right? I mix it up with this dildo-like looking emulsifier. Yes, it works good. By the way, sometime ask me to make mayonnaise for you. It takes about 30 seconds with this little dildo. Whoops, ah! So there it goes, it's falling apart already. It doesn't like me calling it a dildo. So, here it is. So yes, I used a Teflon griddle. Can you believe it? A Teflon griddle. I'm going to die from the whatever chemicals are in the Teflon. Horrible. I mean, really bad. And I used the most evil stuff on the planet. This is canola oil, but really if I wanted to kill myself, I would just use vegetable oil instead. But I used that, sprayed it, very little calories, right? Oil is a dangerous thing. Let me tell you, oils will screw your calorie limits up. I'm on a 1,200 calorie diet day and under 40 grams of carbs. There are many other things that I measure when I make my recipes, but those are the 2 main ones. And I'll show you my chart sometime, the map of the food. So that's where we're at with this. We're going to try it out and we're going to see. One other thing is, I'm not big on sweets, you know? Obviously, if I don't think fruits are the greatest thing in the world, I'm not going to be big on sweets. Chocolate, yeah, okay, it's good for you, actually. I found this out. Now, unfortunately, I don't believe the millennials are really the problem in this country, honestly. If they lost their internet connection, they'd all be lying dead out on the road. But the fact of the matter is, the millennials turned me on to this shit. It's called Swerve. It's the ultimate sugar replacement. Well, you know, I don't believe it. I've tried stevia, I've tried all this stuff. Way too sugary tasting. It doesn't taste chemically. This stuff actually doesn't. In fact, it tastes a little less sugary to me than normal sugar. It's got 0 calories. it has 4 grams of carbs, but the carbs are alcohol carbs, okay? So those don't actually count in your carb load. So basically you've got 0, on this if you use a tablespoon of it. I've been practicing, I put a tablespoon of it in this stuff. We're going to see what this does. I made a snack last night with it that was out of this world, and we'll get back to that later. So here we are. We're gonna try this. Now I have a scale, by the way. I better take a drink of this coffee so I can wash the horrible flavor out. Okay, breakfast, excellent. So we're gonna pour a little of this blueberry mixture. By the way, this is a 1/4 cup of, I use frozen blueberries, believe it or not, because I don't use a lot of fruit, it just goes to waste. A few tablespoons of water and a tablespoon of that shit, and I cooked it all down until it got kind of thick, and then I used that emulsifier dildo thing on it. So we're going to see. This would look like a filling breakfast to me. You know, I'm on a fast, honestly. I'm on the 16-8 fast. When I started out my diet, I was on a very low calorie diet. Everybody, nutritionist, doctor, everybody, they're screaming at me. But I was on 800 calories a day, and I learned something about fasting. Fasting is a state of mind. Hunger is a very temporary thing for you. Anybody. Now, I'm not talking about people that are dying in Africa from starving. I'm talking about you. 70% of the people in the United States are overweight or obese. That's most of you that are watching this. Some of you that are watching this now, you're too skinny. Time to eat up. Eat all those. So, I think fasting works. It resets your body. I know that it does it for me. And I'd suggest you try it. The first 2 months was 800 calories a day. Now I'm up to 1,200, 40 grams of carbs. I'm doing good. I feel good. But I still fast, and I do a 16-8 fast. 16 hours, I don't eat a thing. And all of my food load comes in an 8-hour period. So if I start at 12, which is usually because I hate breakfast, I start at 12, I end at 8. Dinner's finished and done, and snacks are over with by 8. So you can try it. Don't know if it'll work for you. Some people are on the day on a fast, some day off a fast. Some people, and I don't really call it a fast because, you know, you're still getting your calorie load, right? Yeah, it's kind of a fake word to use, but you are limiting your eating time. So I have a scale of, I was actually going to print it up, a scale of horribleness, I'll call it. Horrible flavor, taste, for various things that I make. 10 is the worst. 10 is the worst. 9 is tofu. 8 is anything vegetarian. 7 is how my mother used to cook. I won't even go down the scale. 5 is edible. 1 is heaven. So we're gonna try this. We know it's not going to taste the same as flour, right? We know that right off the bat. So let's go into it with an open mind. Let's douse it with lots of blueberry crap because that's going to help it. So let's try this. Fruity. Nutty. Tastes nutty. Doesn't have any almonds in it. No, just coconut flour. Interesting. A little spongy. Not unlike a pancake. It's not as thick as a pancake. It definitely tastes less dense than a pancake. Let's try it without the blueberry crap on it. A lot of egg flavor. It's not bad. Eggs are good for you. Yeah. It actually cooks up like a scrambled egg, doesn't it? I think if I make this recipe again, I'd use less eggs. But on a scale of 1 being the best and 10 being the worst, I'd give it about a 3 or 4 for breakfast food, that is. Of course, breakfast foods are crap. So that's where we're at. Not bad. Actually, let's dig into that a little bit. I haven't eaten anything today, so this is actually lunch number 1. We don't call it breakfast. It's not breakfast. It's lunch 1. What time is it? Oh my gosh, I've gone to 3 o'clock today and haven't eaten. I gotta get all these calories in what? 5 hours? That's gonna be a lot of calories. We're gonna do snacks next, so I can do that. Yeah, it's good. It'll work. So, instead of having, you know, egg salad, which would be a breakfast food for me, or I do have still cut oats, by the way. It fits within the carb load. Something like that for breakfast. This will work. 2 of these and a little bit of the stuff to offset the horrible flavor will be good. So, there you go. It's a winner. You can find the recipe online. If you can't find it, I'll give it to you. I tell you to experiment with it, obviously, and go from there. But I'm going to go with it. And by the way, that swerve stuff, it works. Okay, thanks for stopping by.